Hey, good Wednesday afternoon. It's about noonish, so it's time to teach your business to fish. This is your business guide, Michael Rager here. I'm going to be so excited today. I got two good friends. I got Andy Erickson, who's been on here a lot, and Colleen Mingle. Oh my gosh, talk about businesses. I heard her like in the green room before talking about some of the companies, and we can't repeat anything that she said earlier. So it's going to be fun. But man, this is the first podcast of the year. We're ready to go out, and I want to talk about why. And it's interesting. We've had a couple of these discussions. I've had a couple, and it drove a little frustration here and drove a little frustration there. But in order to really be successful, and no matter what you're doing, you've got to understand why. A lot of us, when we're business coaching, we reach out and we tell our clients to go watch that Simon Sinek. What did he do there? It was a TED Talk. He did a TED Talk on Start With Why. And, how Apple found its why and what it needed to do. But it's really funny is I was on a call with one of my coaches last night, Marisha, and Marisha brought that up. She goes, what are the 5 whys? What's the 5 levels deep why? She didn't go deep, but I'm like, holy crap, I haven't done that with my clients in a long time. So I want to share it with you guys today in the podcast on what you need to do and why you need to do it. And it's very, very hard to do it by yourself. So you really need someone that like, and trust to really push you to answer this question and go deeper and deeper and deeper into why are you doing something? Because those that are really, really successful know their why. And those that don't have only really scratched the surface. And I tried to use today as I was talking to Elise, my admin. You guys, those you've connected with me on the Facebook group, you've chatted with her. But we talked about it today, and I wanted to give you the visual explanation of it. I heard this a few years ago, and I think this really describes why you got to go at least 5 levels down, because you really won't get the answer to wrong, why it's wrong, why you're driven. So the example I was given was, right now they are fixing the Washington Monument. So if you've been in DC recently, they're doing construction on the Washington Monument. And the question is, why? Well, the concrete's falling apart. Well, why? Well, because there's a lot of birds are pooping on it, and some of the chemicals in the bird poop is mixing with the concrete causes concrete. Why is there so many birds and so much bird poop? Well, let me go back up there. If we go to there and we just want to fix the monument because of bird poop, we're going to go trap a whole lot of birds, and that's not going to fix the situation, because we haven't fixed why this is happening. So we go to the next step and we go, okay, why is there so much bird poop there and why are so many birds? Well, the birds are there eating spiders. Now, spiders. The hell's spiders got anything to do with it? Well, the birds, they're eating spiders. So if we go look at the next, let's just go kill all the spiders. Well, that's not going to work either, because why are the spiders there? Well, the spiders are there because there's a whole lot of insects. All right, well, let's go get rid of the birds and get rid of the spiders and get rid of the flying insects. Well, the next most prominent question is, why are the insects there? The insects are there because if you've been to DC and you've gone and see the monument, it's very well lit at night. It's very well lit at night with incandescent lights. And incandescent lights attract flying insects. The flying insects attract the spiders. The spiders attract the birds. The birds poop on the monument. Hence, we need to fix the monument. So if we don't go 5 levels deep into why we're doing something, we're going to fix and not do the right thing. Because what we really need to do to solve this problem is choose the type of lighting that doesn't attract the flying insect. And we start getting to LED lighting and stuff like this. So the new Washington Monument, the refurbished Washington Monument, is going to have different lighting it up at night. And we're going to get rid of the insects, we're going to get rid of the spiders, we're going to get rid of the poop, and we're going to get rid of the birds. And we're going to solve the problem. And in your business, if you're not, why are we doing? Thanks, Jonathan. He's giving me a standing ovation in the back. Oh my God. I'm going to go with the little plug-in mic so he could just give me crap through my ears. It's way better doing it this way. But these are the things we got to start going in. So with your business, why are you doing it? Why are you starting your business? What do you want to accomplish? What's happening in your life? You've got to dig down deep. There's something burning desire to go there. A lot of people say that a lot of great athletes, they're really driven. They know their why. They know what they want. It drives us. And media businesses don't know why. They're in business. They don't know what they're trying to do. They don't know the change they're trying to affect in the world. And that's what we need to look at. So when I get talking to Colleen and Andy today, we're gonna go a little bit of why. They're like looking at me like going, oh crap, I didn't sign up for this today. And where are we gonna go and get this? So these are the things we're gonna start looking at as we start driving into your business. Is why. We're in 2021. Things are new. They're different than last year. Everything's going to be different this year. Hopefully, COVID's going to go away. We're going to have a new administration. We're going to, guess what? Maybe have more or less hurricanes. It's warm out right now. It hasn't even got cold. There's a whole bunch of things that are different last year. So your success is driven into you, and you get there and be because is bullshit. And that's what I'm going to say right there. And we're going to hear it. I was on a call yesterday morning, and there was a guy that was talking about being an entrepreneur. And everything he talked about his business was an excuse why he hasn't started doing things already. And I nicely called him out. I'm like, dude, man, you continue. You've got some great things. But this morning, listening to you talk, you gave 10 excuses to why you're not going to be successful this year. How can you start off 2021 with 10 excuses of why you're not going to be successful? You might as well pack it in, go sit under unleash things. We're going to talk about today building a business that becomes a sellable asset, not because you want to sell it, because sellable assets are a great thing. It actually makes it worth something. It makes it worth something. Hey, I want to talk some more, but she introduced me to a first that's a business valuation expert. And Andy here, he does business valuations, but probably not at the same level. Sheila Darby. She doesn't go to the same level that Sheila Darby does. Or I got a really good friend of mine, Alex Howard, he was the business valuation king of Houston for 20 years. I mean, that's Michael Rager. We'll be back with Teacher Business Official. We're going to talk with and we're going to
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is for anyone from startups to multinational and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that gives the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4447 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
Hey, we're back. It's the Business Guide. Michael Rager with Teacher Business Official. I got Colleen and Andy with me. Andy's been God, man, Andy, it's like your third time. So
Repeat guest.
He is.
Oh,
He's
wow.
a repeater. I love it because Andy and I really get into some really good business topics, and we talk fishing too. So that makes it fun, and it's all. And Colleen's just rolling her eyes. Crap.
I was like, if we're going into fishing, I don't know.
We'll go fishing that big giant hot tub.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
We can release some trout in there.
Yeah.
But all right, man. We talked a little bit about why at the beginning. So I'm going to start with you, Colleen. Colleen, tell us a little bit about your business and exactly what value to your customers.
Yeah, so I'm an attorney. I'm a business attorney, help my clients buy or sell their business, and I'm doing it from the legal side, right? So I'm not doing it from the valuation side. I'm not helping them scale their business. I might be getting them connected with people that they need to talk to. And ultimately, right, what I'm doing is helping people. And that's my why, is to help people. And some people find that in the form of hearing. I find it in the form of helping business owners. So
Right.
yeah.
I won't grill you today. We'll do that with cocktails. So Andy, what about you? Tell us about First Choice and what you do.
So First Choice Business Brokers, we are a franchise organization, and we help people buy and sell businesses, really do valuations, right? I mean, we're not evaluators, but what we do is we help people understand what their business could sell for in today's market. And, when we talk about why, our why is to help people achieve their personal and business goals. That's it.
Yeah.
As simple as possible.
But you had some big news over the holidays, right? What's
We did.
happened with your company?
So Merry Christmas and New Year's to myself and my partner Bob Gappa. We did acquire another office here in Houston that was existing for 2 years. So we are now multi-unit operators with First Choice here.
So you went and spent a whole bunch of money.
Kind of. Looking for short return on our
Short return on this. So let me put this out to you guys. So when he comes, we talked about this in the break. We were talking about when we come out of the 10 things. What's one question that people ask that's wrong? What should they really be asking?
I'm gonna call you Larry King.
No.
Like, well, no, that's not an entity. You need to get an entity set up so you can protect yourself, right? So I get a couple of those every once in a while. Oh my gosh, from the legal perspective, either trying to sidestep liability when acquiring or when they're setting up their business. So is that how many are not in compliance, right? And they realize they get something mail and they're like freaking out, and they call me and they say, I got this thing from the comptroller, I got this letter from the IRS. It turns out they didn't really know what they're doing, and they don't realize that they're not knowing what they're doing until about a year or two into their business. So if they come into me early on, what I do is say, okay, you have a startup conversation, and other times I'm jumping in about 2-3 years in, telling them they got to get this in place. So.
Yeah, mine suck. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a day I'm gonna call you. It's like, Colleen, you need to come represent me.
Yeah, but they call me thinking that they've got that they're doing it right, and then they find out they're not doing it right, and I've got to go tell them, well, we need to make a couple of tweaks, and I say tweaks in a nice way, but sometimes there's some pretty big tweaks.
Yeah. What about you, Andy? Somebody calls, they're gonna sell their business.
Right.
They call you up and they say, Andy, thank you. And they should really be saying Andy.
Usually, what Colleen mentioned is, most of these entrepreneurs and these business owners didn't set everything up correct, and they're using maybe what some of us might consider a tax preparer or bookkeeper. And no, we won't call them that. Never. But you've lost money for the last 10 years, and I try to figure out how much your business is worth. Yeah, you grossed $3.9 million. Well, and you lost $75,000 a year. We can't even get you a lease renewed.
Right.
And so I think one of the biggest issues people think is that, my business is worth what my gross revenue was for the year, and it's nowhere near that.
No, that's where I come in, and it's like, you're gonna get dinged for this.
Because they had no revenue.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I had that issue. I couldn't get it. I was a single thing, but it's so you're not making, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I teach is business finance and accounting for business not to save money.
They mean a lot more dependent on one particular
The
employee.
client, yeah.
Or
one contract.
Yeah, one of our like I was telling you the
or
other day.
they're supposed to be an employee, but
I tell you, we do a rough valuation through one of the softwares that we use, and one of the questions is did 15% or more of your business
No, never. If your business is dependent on 2 or 3 large contracts, and if that makes up this, and 60% is a whole bunch of, a lot of small clients, but if you lose those 4 contracts and they're tied to the owner, there's really not a lot of value in that transition.
okay, well, that's where the
years ago, and we went in, and part of what we were buying was intellectual property and existing revenue, and they gave us this number, and then 75% of those contracts were gone, and they didn't tell us.
Right.
And
renewed.
we slashed off by almost $400,000. And
At least, I'm
and
sure.
and they got pissed. And we're like, really? You're mad about this? You lied. You lost all these contracts.
Right.
You know?
And there's a provision where if you've gotten into an agreement, they're supposed to say there hasn't been a material adverse change or similar language since date adverse change clause.
Well, we were gonna go sue them, but they were out of Scotland, and my lawyer's like you're gonna pay me more money, and you're gonna lose it and never get it back because you're probably never gonna be able to collect.
Yep.
And so that's what we did. You know, we just walked away from the deal, and it sucked because it was a big chunk of change that came out of my crap anymore.
Already
My
upset
money.
in 2021.
Yeah, I'm upset. I mean, it started to sound like Eeyore. All right, so we're coming into 2021. Legal perspective. A company that's been around, they're looking to. What's something that they should be looking at and reviewing as we start into a new year?
Review your contract. Those are the most important things. Those are your long. A lot of clients out of leases in the last year,
Oh, yeah.
and that's not a typical thing for me to ever want to do, but it's unfortunately part of it. But it's from customers, right? That they do require that they get 50% of the fee up front, and then as it's completed, it would then get paid by the client. And so for those who are just taking the risk all up front for a client that they're working on and then not getting paid, so they're retainers, right? For attorneys, we call it retainer, but for normal business people, it's requiring somewhere in the 30 to 50% range and restructuring those contracts. And then some of them, really, they're working on a statement of work. Contracts don't match what they're doing.
I was talking to a company right about early last year, and net 40, net 60.
Yeah.
This guy wanted to pay him this day to build this pool, and he's like, dude, pay for it today. And left a hole, either dirt or a swimming pool, and get these people out of my backyard.
Wow.
But it's not fair. So
well, there's other remedies where it's like home construction related, right? You got mechanics liens, you've got bulk contract to make it enforceable. When it's something along the lines of construction, you've got things at play to protect yourself. But you're looking at true business risk of the client not paying.
Yeah, I've got this. I've got it. And I know you do actors that come work with you as you grow your business, and I do the same thing too. When I'm looking for more coaches, they pay me a fee. They quit, and they never want to pay. And
never.
We've got the agreement because we don't let their way. It was the best. It was the best.
Oh, jeez.
We got to tell
put
that.
The red flag on yourself right there.
It wasn't my fault. It was funny, really funny. So we got 2 minutes, so we're gonna come back. Somebody comes to you in 2021. I want to sell my business in 3 years. What should I work on today?
In your contracts in order. During the due diligence process, when you have potential buyers, most of the contracts that our clients have that are actually in the services business, I mean, it's not losing money, making sure not that the business relies on.
Right.
There's a lot of aspects to the business getting ready to sell.
Oh yeah, it's your business is not sellable, but you can walk away from the business for 90 days and it still functions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's franchising in a nutshell, right?
All right. So Colleen, how do people get you? So give us because we're going to come back and do 2 more segments, but I want to find you now. How do they find Colleen?
Yeah. So kcq-lawfirm.com. My personal phone is 713-828-2783. And then if you don't get a hold of me that way, responsive.
And Andy, how about yourself?
Just call 713-400-7663. Ask for Andy or email me at andy@fcbb.com.
Get my TY2F. I got that. I got it. I got it. All right, guys. This is Michael Rager. Teachyourbusinesstofish.com.
Ever fast lead generation and vibes or not, do while keeping social distance. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies, and it's already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
I'm Sandra Mendez-Hassan, Executive Business Advisor, Key Business Strategy, or entrepreneurial mindset to achieve your goals? Do you have what it takes to motivate your team so they can be more proactive and productive? Would you like to learn more clients, more businesses to thrive. We also assist businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs on the initial steps of their business plan development, creating financial projections and guiding them on how to create a fund package that will work for this. Because your success is our success, take a decisive step today and call me at 832-664. Extraordinary 8CBI. Turn your dream into reality.
Do you want to experience the ease and convenience of the latest and most advanced home security system? Are you on vacation and want to have peace of mind at your home? Provide security solutions to residential and small businesses in the state of Texas and from California to Georgia. Building a custom tailored security setup that matches whether it is home security, fire and carbon monoxide detection, flood detection, connected senior care, managed video surveillance solutions, alarm monitoring, safety. In addition to fire and carbon monoxide detection, Hawk Security has a smart home and business integration, expanding security services to a lifestyle customers connected to their home and businesses anywhere from their tablet or mobile device. So you can have peace of mind even if you're not at home or in your office. Reduce your energy cost, scheduling automatic changes in thermostats or lighting. And because we rely on our heroes every single day, Hawk Security offers services discounts to military personnel, veterans, first responders, educators, and hospital personnel. Our mission is to keep our clients safe, treat them like family, and provide them a friendly security system with personalized customer service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For integrity, honesty, passion, and excellent customers at 832-863-8574. Because every home and business is unique and every security system.
Hey, it's Business Guy Michael Rager. We're back with Teach Your Business to Fish. Hey, why isn't my name? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, what's going on, dude? It's fun live. Those of you who are not seeing it on Now Media, but all right, Herc, one of the guys that's watched this for a few weeks, and you need to set that appointment with me, dude. We're going to talk about your company. It's a concrete company you have, and changed the name of his business, changed ownership into his wife's name. From a legal perspective, pros and cons of that.
So work transfer rules do and will apply, and you don't get away with that. But also something that it depends on the type of entity, right? So if it's an ownership interest, chances are it's already community property and you don't even realize it, or your spouse hasn't just signed away their rights to have. She might own 50%. Big surprise for some folks when they go and get divorced and they realize they've got to split their business too. Oops, surprise! One of spouse, and they need her signature, him or a sign that's occurring. But really you want to do the belt and suspenders relationship.
I know I've done some stuff. I've coached in businesses and government. A minority,
right? You got though. You can't put their name on paper and let them be the president, be the vice president, be the.
It's like you need like vice president in charge of entertainment and liquor. It's you can be my bartender and cigar lady.
And just because W-2 through the company does not mean they have a real job. They have to have a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're going to ask questions. The comptroller, the city of Houston, they'll dig right into it. I'm not saying you can't get away with it. It's pretty hard to say that. They can really see right through it.
We've seen some businesses that have lost $1 million contracts. Yeah. So if you're gonna go do that, there's a reason, and that person, I'm gonna sell my business. All right, I'm gonna sell my businesses. What are some things that you're looking at and fix?
So one of the first we even think about, these types of things, because those
are they in good standing?
Are they in good standing?
Active? Yeah.
these are some really big issues. And then some of the biggest issues that we've come across in 2020 is the PPP loan and the idle loan.
Yeah.
You know, the business sells, and
yeah.
so there's been a lot of emotional consulting going on this last year with some of our clients. You know, those are some really big red flags. Loans and
We actually went. I want people in here in Houston will know who they are. Actually went to serve. Had the server go serve them. And
Sounds like the problem.
to the
Are good people, and if there is a red flag or there's a problem in the business, like a loan or there's liens or there's litigation, a lot of times people are they go ahead and they disclose that up front. Right? I want to say I'm working with good eggs and not bad eggs. My clients from the bad egg, because if they are a true bad egg, they're not going to tell you that they're a bad egg, right? I mean, they're just not. Any the names they're associated with. And I'm just typing it all in and searching to see. I mean, I've had a lot of their business in the past. Because if you're dealing with a complete stranger, well, you don't. I mean, you're taking on a potential blind business partner. Right. And a lot of times where I see what we call business services, and they've gone into business with somebody, it's because they don't know who their business partner is. And I'm not saying you should do business with your college roommate or your high school buddy either. That well half the time either, but you should know.
We hear about the business divorce all the time, and I see these people. Oh, I'm gonna. And where do I go get my LLC done? And my thing is, okay, if you want to go do it yourself, that's fine. But someone to help you write the operating agreement, and doing other, they walked away because they. One of the guys walked away, and the other one said, "Oh, we're 50-50 partners now."
No.
No. Yeah, we will be due.
Name your entity back to me for the company agreement, the operating agreement, or the partnership agreement, because that's really where I'm adding value. Yeah. Right. That's really what you're paying for me to do. I don't really make so much money on the nation piece, but where I'm adding value to my client company agreement price, as you mentioned. Right. And sometimes they just go ahead and they don't want to talk to me about that at that point in time. Maybe they're trying to upsell me, and I'm like, these gaps for you. And I got bad news for you on the gaps. And the Texas legislature, Texas, and they are. But what they did, one of those gaps is move a member from. And there's other mechanisms like bankruptcy, divorce, death of a member. What happens in those circumstances, or even a push to drag your other part so you can go ahead and sell the business. Those aren't provisions that the Texas Business Organizations Code truly provides for.
Is that business? Is that an operating agreement for you as most people when they come in?
It's not built for you.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone like you, LegalZoom is not built for someone like you who's asking questions. And
my lawyer told me.
Because of the gaps when there is a dispute, and it's not an if, it's a when dispute. Right? You want to be able to turn to that and these are what our obligations are. Otherwise, you're going straight to the courthouse. You're going to litigation, and what you thought you were going to save a couple $1,000s on the front end, suddenly you're spending about $10,000 to $50,000 on the back end cleaning up your
messes. Every lawyer that's been on this show said the same thing. It sounds like, Eddie.
It's true.
It's the old. There used to be, and when are you gonna do it? You're gonna pay me a little bit now to put this stuff in your engine, break, or it's gonna break later. It's gonna cost you 5 times to fix it, and that's where it is. Setting up the company the right way initially, and don't try to shortcut it. No. Make mistakes. Don't tax. That's what I always taught. Or your entity drives the tax.
It depends on the industry, right? You could be in a tax-driven industry. Yeah. I mean, real estate, wind, solar, economical without taxes.
All right. Well, Jonathan, you ready to go to break again? Or am I early? 1 minute. Oh, my. He's going.
Getting that phone call and said, okay, I have a business dispute. My business partner. I say, okay, did you form it? Really looking to spend at this point? Are we just put the parties into the same conference room and get them in some form of mediation, right? So that we can get them, really the goal is to find a path forward. I'm very practical. I don't like sending my clients the parties have to find a path forward, whether they like it or not, and whether that path is litigation or not is just one of the people, or they can come up to an agreement. And you're in.
It was one of those ideas where you kind of wanted to jump on it and be a part of it, but they wanted what they saw was the long term, play the front end game with it,
Right.
where it was. They didn't want to do all the hard stuff.
No blood, sweat, and tears on that part.
Right. Let's be back in a minute. We got Colleen and Andy. Hope you guys are enjoying it.
Our professional, residential, or commercial paintings run smoothly and are convenient for your schedule. Reputation. You can read reviews and see examples of our work on our work for day. Our crews are not only qualified and skilled painters, they are the best at what they do, and we are always on time. Let our expert pro of Central Houston transform your home and business. Our proven process, every 824-5166, and let CertaPro of Central Houston handle with ease and high professionalism your next residential and commercial.
Restoration and maintenance with experience that comes from nearly 50 years of business. Joe Ochoa Roofing specializes in inspections, roof repairs, new roof installations, gutters, siding, windows, and even more. Damage on your roof can sometimes take up to 1 year or more to show up. Business Bureau with an A+ rating. We also have financing available with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Don't delay and call us to get a quote at 21890-0000 or visit our website at www.ochoaroofing.com for more.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be used your smartphone generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distance. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to national companies and is already being used by hundreds.
I won't say what I want to say, but you know, he's giving a little smirk across if you could just see him over here, plugging his little pink drink from earlier. All right, talking here in the break, in between segments, and that's when we cuss and we swear and we do all the things that we're not supposed to do on live TV. All right, so we talk this back to their business. How often do you ask them why? Dive into it or find out.
One of the most important questions that I ask any business owner when we talk to them is, why do you want to do this? What goals? And if they answer that, it's very difficult when we bring you on track.
Okay. So what about you? When you start asking the whys, what why questions as an attorney do you start asking both on the buy and side?
I make them take a step back from me, right? I even say, take a step back. Let's start. They have to deal with that too.
Oh.
Is if I go show you 100 freaking houses, are you going to actually put in an offer on one of
them? Have no free.
All right.
Why did you start this company? Because they don't understand that if they're building it to sell, I tell all my business owners to build it to sell anyways, because as you know, 98% of them are not because they want to. Something drives them. You're able to go sell.
And sometimes they come to me and they say, oh, I really want to sell. And then you dig in, you lift up the hood of the car for anywhere from 18 to 24 months. Obviously depends on the company, right?
Yeah.
Some of them you can make a couple of tweaks and they're there. Other ones, and some where I'm like, okay, this is going to take a year to decide. Or they've got open litigation matters, open